Alrighty, so we are back for another Jack Dempsey video. This time we are talking about the electric blue, electric pink Jack Dempsey, right? Just trying to get it all formatted real quick for you. There we go. So, obviously, if you haven't watched my mutation video, go ahead and go watch that. That goes more into depth on what recessive and dominant and all that means, but we're just going to be talking about the electric blue and the pink and the electric pink. So the electric blue is a recessive trait, meaning it needs 2 copies to be a visual. Pink is a recessive trait that needs 2 copies to be a visual. And then the electric pink is when you get electric blue and the pink established onto one individual. So it's double visual recessive. So there's 2 recessive genes that are both being visual. That is the electric pink. Now, if you've watched my last Jack Dempsey video, it talks about how to make a very busy pearled species. This one's going to be a little bit different because obviously Jack Dempsey has busy pearls, but we're going to be more focusing on the electric blue gene and the pink gene. And how can we make those better, or how can we use those in hybrids and make something new, right? Which, because they're affect hybrids differently, and this is obviously an affection of the pearl genetics, and this one's affecting the color genetics. We're going to be doing a different loop for that. So right off the bat, I'm going to go straight into it. We're going to go Jack Dempsey to Jaguar. Jaguar is a classic, right? So here we go. Copy the image, pop back to the sheet, paste it up. First mix I would suggest doing, and I think it would be really cool, is an electric pink Jack Dempsey or electric pink Jaguar, because obviously this has a little amount of pearls and it turns super blue. Obviously the color of the pearls, the saturation of the pearls is the same. It's just increasing the coverage. I honestly don't even know if the saturation is the same. Obviously the color of the pearls is the same, but Jaguar debatably has more purling than Jack Dempsey. So you add a high pearl to a Jaguar and you should get a high pearl Jaguar cichlid, so almost a silk-like Jaguar, right? That can consistently produce. And then obviously if you're stacking the pink gene on there, you can get a pink Jaguar pretty easily. So let's go ahead and hop in here and say we are working with, I'm going to add an extra thing for heterozygous, or het percentage, right? Which het percentage basically just means the percent of possibility of it either being het or not het, right? So if something visually is it, it's got 2 copies. If it has 1 copy, it means it's heterozygous. If it's got 0 copies, it's not heterozygous. But there's mixes where if you go watch my other video on mutations, it talks about 66% hets and whatnot. So obviously, right off the board, we're just gonna do it simple. We're gonna do it electric blue Jack Dempsey to Jaguar, right? So we're breeding. Ooh, let me get comfortable. I have a feeling I'm gonna be typing a lot. Okay, so we're gonna do EBX Jack Dempsey, right? Or electric blue Jack Dempsey X Jag. This is gonna give us F1. And this is going to be a 50-50 mix. This is 100% heterozygous. 100% het. One thing to say is you could do this with any species. You're seeing me say it with Jaguar just because I think Jaguar has a good potential. You could do it with Veja. You could do it with Texas. You could do it really with anything. This video is just focusing on showing you one species, and you can obviously take that information and apply it any way you want. So we now have F1 het, obviously 100% het. You kind of have 2 choices, which if you watch the mutation video, I do go down like the faster route, but you need more space. So I'm going to go down the route of consistent results where you can follow at one point to next point to next point versus rolling, being a gambling man, honestly. That's kind of what the other video will show you how to do, is being a gambler. and cut some time out. But we're not going to do that in this video. So we're going to do F1 and F1. This is a heterozygous to a heterozygous mix, right? So you get F2, which is still 50-50. But in this generation, you get 25% visual. I should just write outcome on this one, honestly. %, het. Because this is going to get a little long. So we have a 25% visual, and then the rest of the fry, the 75%, will be non-visual, but there's only a 66% chance of being het, right? So, okay, click off that, format that. We now have an F2 electric blue from the F2 25% visuals. We're going to cross that back to Jaguar. This is going to give us F3. This is going to give us a 75-25 mix, which if you guys know anything about the Jaguar hybrids, they will dominate the mixes all day long. Now this is another 100% het. You then do your F2, F3, X, F3 again. This gives you F4. F4 is still 75-25, and we're still at 25% visual and 66% het, right? From here, you can obviously increase the parachromis again and do Jag, or you do RTM, or you could do Freddy. You could do really any of them and kind of spice it up. We're going to keep it simple though. So F5 is now 87.5% Jaguar and 12.5% Jack Dempsey. We are again at 100% het. And then we'll do F5 to F5, which is going to give us F6, which is this and that. Now F6, you already have an 87.5% Jaguar mix. This should look very high percent Jaguar. You kind of have a couple options. One, you could breed F6X. Let's see. F6X F3 to help with the inbreeding. This would be technically an F7, generationally speaking. But you're looking at an 87.5, so calculator equals, whoa, plus 75 divided by 2 is 81.25. 81.25 dash, what is it going to be, like 18.75? Because 75, that'd be 9, that'd be 1, 9, 10, yeah. 18.75% Jack Dempsey. Because you do a visual, an EB here, EBX het, basically. You're going to get some different outcomes. So this time you're going to get 50% EB and 100%. The other 50% is going to be 100% heterozygous, right? So this would technically be a little bit genetically stronger than this, and then obviously by backbreeding, and then you can obviously outcross and incross more Jaguar or Parachromis to increase the unrelated blood, to increase the maybe different looks that you're getting for the non-visual electric blues. Or you could do this loop with the pink, and you could do a pink Jaguar and get the same percentages. if you're doing them on top of one another, you're doing electric blue and electric pink, and you're combining, it'd be a little bit different, which we can easily talk about that. Let's say we're going to do one of those, right? Let's say we're combining, I want to do a different species every time. What's another pearly species that everybody kind of likes? I like Jack Dempsey. I'm thinking Texas. Electric blue plus pink stacked on one species. Let's do a Zeus line Carpentis, or just a Carpentis in general, right? So we'd be shooting for this color palette onto this cichlid, but because this also has a ton of purling, it could almost be a silk. And obviously we do see that the leucistic pink gene does affect the scale coloration, so the coloration would be affected as well. Now, there's two ways to do this. There's taking an electric blue and a normal pink and then breeding it into one another, and then there's using the electric pink. Electric pink's pretty rare, and it would be a very similar looping to breeding electric pink to a visual, to a non-related thing, breeding sibling to sibling, pulling out the visual one, which if you do an electric pink to a non-visual, you get double heterozygous, so that's 100% het pink and 100% het electric blue. You breed sibling to sibling, that's 25% chance for pink and 25% chance for blue, which is like a 6.25% chance for an electric pink, right? So we're going to do it as if you just picked up a pink and an electric blue and you want to combine them, because that's probably more so where you're going to get stuff. Like I could pick up a pink, I could pick up a blue, and you could work it from there. Or you could swap the pink out for like a pink convict or something like that. But we're just going to say pink Jack Dempsey because that's just easier, because this is what the video is about, is the pink and electric blue Jack Dempsey morphs into hybrids. So first off, you're going to want to do a pink X carp. It's going to give you F1. Let's say we're going to call this one F1P for the pink line. Percentage is 50-50, obviously. Outcome is 100% het. And then we're going to do I'm going to say F1 P X F1 P. This is going to give you F2 P 50-50. I'm just going to copy and paste it from here. And then I'm going to give you a little space. We're going to do EB X carp. Exact same looping here. I'm going to change the word out for C, or say E for EB, or I'll just put EB on there. No, because then I don't want, I'm just going to say B for blue. B for blue, P for pink. There we go. And then we'll do F1BX F1. Right. So now you have a pink visual and an electric blue visual. So you want to take your F2 pink visual x your F2 blue visual and cross them together for your F3 of your project. Now you're still at 50-50. You're not gaining or changing anything. And you'd be at 100% double het. And then you do F3 x F3, gives you F4 or F4. It's still 50-50. And then you'd get 6.25% chance for a double visual. Oh my god, I thought I just missed dinner. Family first. Double visual. And then obviously you get 25% chance for pinks and 25% chance for blues. Let me go back. I'm gonna lower that up. Double visual, I'm just gonna call it DV or electric pink. EP for double visual. Pink for just pink, just because it's getting really long. And you get 66% het, right? And when I say 6.25, it's not like, oh, you have 6.25 and this, and 6.25 is part of these two percentages where they overlap. So you then hit your EP. You're then just going to run your EP, your F for electric pink X carp, and this is going to give you a 75 25 mix. Oh, F5 75 25 mix. It's then going to produce, again, 100% double heterozygous. You're then going to want to do F5 X F5 4 F6. F6 again is going to be this. Do that. Going to do this one again. And then you're basically copying your electric pink for your F6. Well, won't let me just click on that one. And that's going to give you F7. F7 is going to be 87.5% carp, 12.5% Jack Dempsey. That comma's going to mess with me. And then you have the het happen again. Then you have to breed the siblings again together. And this is going to be F8, and you're doing F7 to F7 right here. Then obviously you can do F8 EP back crossing like we did up above. But this is a very simple looping. And if you're like, well, what about the inbreeding coefficient? And that's obviously 8 generations of work and blah, 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 blah. Again, my mutation video does show a little bit of a shortcut. But this is like the simplest and easiest route of just like, I don't have a ton of space. I really want to focus on this project. You got to start dual and then combine for this one, obviously. And then if you were just going to have them already pre-combined, you just follow a very similar loop to this, but you're getting more so these percentages when it's combined, right? And that's pretty simple. If you're like, oh, I don't want inbreeding every carp generation, like this is a carp, use unrelated carp in here, use an unrelated carp here, and use an unrelated carp there. Boom, bada bing. You've just fixed yourself a lot of issues. You just get another carp every time you need one. And you fixed your issue right there of inbreeding. And then obviously we have one for pink. So let's do a pink loop. Like, well, pink is just a color, blah, 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 blah. And we're going to do it on, I'm going to say red spot. Because I want to do it on Biffa. But I know that guy. I know that guy, Corey. I know your fish. That's probably Chris. This is okie. So let's say we're doing pink onto red spot gut. Ooh la la. Ooh rah rah. We're moving this color to this. Like, why would you want to do that? In case you want an all white Veha with some pearl structure. So this is going to be a pretty simple loop. And I am going to go ahead and just copy this and bring it down and edit it. So right off the bat, we're going to do pink. Red spot, which you could swap out for any Veha. And if somebody's already started a line of a pink to a Veha, you know, you can always hop in with that generation knowing it's heterozygous. and breed sibling to sibling and get your F2 pinks, right? So now you have your F2 pinks. We're going to say X red spot, which honestly we could just, okay, I'm going to leave you there. Literally just copy this and do it for the pink. So instead of Jag, you're switching it out for Veha. And Veha again. And instead of electric blue, it's pink. And down here, this is going to be pink as well. And you have yourself a loop to get an 87 or 81 to 87% Veha. And honestly, you don't even have to do red spot every single generation. You could do red spot for the first generation, do sibling to sibling, and you're like, I don't really like that. I want more Biffa involved, or I want more Sim involved for this shape, or I want more. Because once you start pushing past that percentage with the Jack Dempsey, because obviously if you look back to the Jack Dempsey video, um, Jack Dempsey Veha is a little weird, but at the end of this really shouldn't be affected too much by the Jack Dempsey shape. But again, this is just to get you guys thinking, because you guys don't have to do what everybody else is doing for a loop. I want to be able to give you guys information you guys want. So I did see one comment about electric blues. So I was already thinking about doing Jack Dempsey. So this week is kind of just Jack Dempsey videos. But again, if you guys want to see something specific, go ahead and comment. Or if you guys have any questions about how the heterozygous and visuals and recessive gene mutations work, go ahead and comment, and I'll see if I can help you or push you towards one of my videos that already has the information there. But you guys have a great day and enjoy the video.